Okay, so I'm going to be changing out these studs. These are actually new, but they're not seating in all the way. So I got to take this back apart. It's on an old 87 Dodge. So to get these off, you got to just kind of smack them loose with a hammer. I've already got this one off a few times before, so this one's already pretty loose, but kind of smack it around a little bit with just a claw hammer, and even get the claw part in and kind of pry it a little bit. Make sure your parking brake's not on, otherwise it's not going to budge at all. But you just kind of move it, go from edge to edge, same way to put it back on. And that's how you get these guys off. Just kind of jimmy it. It's going to be harder the first time you do it. Sorry about the shaky camera. Alright, there we go. It's about coming off now. These things are kind of a pain. So yeah, we're going to put these in the freezer. Once I get them off, you just hit them with a hammer. And then get some washers to kind of fill up some of this gap, where I'm not chewing up these threads while I'm trying to crank on it with a wrench or something. Alright, we'll see. I'll let them sit in the freezer for a couple hours and we'll get back at it. Okay, so shoved the lug in the freezer for an hour or so. I already got one of them on there. Looks like it worked pretty good. So get this in there. So what I ended up doing, I'll show you. Found a nut. I actually had to pull it off an old hitch that I had. See if I can. The groove of the lug fits on there perfectly. Just fits right inside that nut. And I just take my 4-way here. Sorry. I'll go ahead and spin this. Let me see. Back side there. Let me see if I can get a shot of it. So, as I'm turning it, because when I froze it, oh shoot, hold on. See if I can get a shot there. Use both hands. And cranked it down pretty good, and there we go. It's flush. If I can get this off now. Okay. So, that worked like a charm. I've been fighting this thing for a little bit now. I couldn't get the top two go through because of this brake cylinder. What I ended up doing was had to jack up both tires, locked off the front so it didn't roll on me, made sure I had my jack stands on the back frame, because it will roll on you. And then I just turned it over to where I could access the studs. So, but yeah, throw your studs in the freezer, I didn't have to heat up the plate with the torch. I did use, let's see if I can get that, some powerful penetrating catalyst, fabulous blaster. Anyways, penetrating fluid, WD-40 might work. Just try and clean up these as best you can with it. Just kind of spray it in there. Let them soak for 10-15 minutes. And yeah, worked like a charm. I was fighting with this about a week ago. Had to kind of step away from it. But after doing a little research online, I figured it out. So if you guys are having this issue, throw these bad boys in the freezer. Clean these up real good with some WD-40 or some penetrating fluid. That stuff works great. Clean these up real good, and then find yourself a nut. There it is. So yeah, that nut just fits perfectly with these lug nuts. So it made that really easy. Wasn't worried about stripping anything, and it just goes right on there. Alright guys, enjoy. Leave a comment if you have a better way of doing this. Thanks. Bye. Alright, so we got all 5 of them on. I would not recommend using your new lug nuts for it. I actually had to grab an old one. I think I might have messed the new one up a little bit. Getting this thing on is kind of easy. You gotta kind of shimmy it on there. Let's see if I can. There we go. So you gotta push on one side and then kind of jump to the other. Now there we go. Now I've gotten this on there a couple of times, so it's pretty loosened up. The first time you do it, it's gonna be pretty tough. I had to jack up the other tire, get both tires up off the ground to be able to free spin it, then just drop the other tire down to get it to lock so it's not moving around on you. It's a lot easier. And that's about it. If you guys have any better ideas, easier way to get this thing on there, and feel free to leave a comment. I could have taken the brake cylinder apart. Looks like there's a couple bolts in the back there, but I didn't want to go through all the hassle. Didn't want to break more stuff than trying to fix one thing. So alright, well, thanks for watching, and